Hello, it's Chris Lawler. Just thought I would come on and do a video showing how to put together the shaker version of the Snowglobe Fold-it that's available from the Stamps of Life. And then I'm going to show you how to do the shaker. And then after that, I'm going to just kind of walk you through, do a card share of some cards that I made, not necessarily as shaker cards, but using the Snowglobe Fold-it that I thought turned out really cute. So this first step that I'm doing is I started putting on some glue off camera, and I'm just finishing it up. It's basically the window part of the shaker. So I'm kind of carefully putting that on here, and then I'm going to set this aside. This is probably one of the steps that I struggle with the most when making this kind of a card. So that's kind of why I started it off camera. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and set this aside and let it dry. And then next, I'm just going to kind of walk you through the die set and then how I cut out my focal image for the snow globe. So essentially with the die set, you get your folded base, you get your detail piece for the snow globe, you get a bunch of different things that you can add to your card, kind of as like the shaker element. And then additionally with this die, which is a really nice feature, you get like the frame part that goes around the shaker. This is the part that we just glued the window to. And then you get a die to cut out the acetate. And then if you forget which is which, it actually says on the part for the window, clear window, so you know that this is the die that you want to use to cut out your acetate. So basically to start, what I did was I took the detail die, and since I knew that I wanted to do a shaker and I wanted to make sure that my pieces and whatnot would have movement, I took one of the sheets of paper from the current kit, which is the Winter Wonderland, or the Winter Wonder collection, and I sort of lined up, kind of where I wanted my image to be. And then I just took a pencil and traced around it and cut it out, and then just ran the top part through my die cut machine, because that way then I can still use this paper. So anyway, the first step is really to take your, to cut out one of the, I guess you'd consider it the base. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue on my top part with the image. And then you just kind of want to carefully line it up. And then my next step is I've got this bottom part here, and this is how I like to do it. I mean, you could trim all these pieces out and then kind of paper piece it when you do the rest of it, but I like to have the base all together, and then I sort of just layer on my colored pieces and the snow, or in this case ice, since I cut it out of the mirror paper. So I'm going to go ahead and just line that up. And I did do some ink blending off camera. I did it along the edges of the snow globe. I think it adds a bit of dimension. So this first step, what I'm going to do is, once I've made sure everything is down, I'm going to just add a line of glue for the mirror paper. This mirror paper is really nice. It came with this month's kit for the month of November. We received 3 pieces in the kit, and I used it pretty much on every card that I made when I did my kit cards. So I've got that on there. And then I'm just going to snip the mint chip for the bottom, and then also this piece that goes along the top. There is like an oval die that you can use to put something on as well. But I've been having fun using the larger die cuts instead. I think it just looks a little more modern and just kind of makes a more impactful card. So let me get this glued on. Okay. All right, so we'll start with this one and kind of nestle it in there. It's pretty simple to put these together. The ones I'm going to show you later, I kind of did in like a mass production style, and it, you know, obviously it took the whole afternoon to put them together, but I thought they came together pretty quickly. I made a total of 4 cards on and off. I started them on Friday, and then I was able to, you know, Friday after work, and then I was able to finish them up yesterday. So anyway, this part, this is a bit of the trickier part for me, especially. I've always kind of struggled with shaker cards, but fortunately with these dies, it does make it a little easier. So one thing, when you're peeling off the adhesive, and I just use the adhesive foam sheets that the Stamps of Life offers, I think it makes it a lot easier than trying to piece together a bunch of, you know, little strips. Just to give you an idea, this is how they come in the package. You get, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 sheets of them, and then you can just run it right through the die cut machine to cut out the shape, and then just save the inside and whatnot to use on other projects. So anyway, once you have this put on, you're going to want to go ahead and take off your last adhesive. And as you can see, I told you I always struggle with these, but anyway, I've got like a piece of something, so I'm just going to fold it back because I typically have trouble with these, so I'm not going to complicate it and just fold it back. All right, so the next step is going to be to add like the little bits that go inside of the shaker. So I went ahead and I cut out some snowflakes. And this is another thing, you know, you can definitely do different layers and whatnot on the inside of your shaker card. But I found that just having either something flat that you've stamped and not use die cuts, or in this case, I kind of fussy cut an image from one of the sheets of the paper pad. I think this makes, you know, I think it makes it work better, and then you don't have to worry about all of the pieces and everything getting caught. So essentially, I'm just kind of laying them in the middle. You definitely want to make sure that you're not touching the outside, because then that way it will, you know, stick to your adhesive. And then just to add a little more color, I decided I'm going to put in a few of these sequins that the Stamps of Life recently started carrying. They have a couple of different sets. This is the part of the sequin set, and then this is part of the clay pieces set, or holiday clays. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but I will definitely include a link in the description box that will take you to them on the website. So anyway, I think that's enough. I don't want to overdo it because I've only got a single layer of adhesive foam. So this is probably the most difficult parts for me. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stand up, and I'm going to start by just kind of eyeballing it, and let's see how I can do here. All right, so before, I'm going to just kind of tap it a little because I don't want to have a big chunk of stuff in there. So anyway, we're just going to kind of roll with it. So that's not too bad. I do have a little bit sticking out at the bottom but of the foam. But anyway, I could always use a piece of ribbon or something to cover that up. So my next step, now that I have that part adhered, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside. And just one quick thing, when you're making a folded card, what you're going to do is you're going to take your piece of cardstock, you know, fold it in half like you would for a normal card. You're going to run it through your die cut machine. You're going to look for this part here that says place fold here, and you just want to have a little bit of a line so that once you've run it through your die cut machine, you can open it up like that. So I've decided that I'm going to use the stamp that says make your winter be filled with twirls and twirls and spins. And so I'm just going to ink that up, and I'm using my secret weapon to stamp on. Just kind of let the ink soak into the paper. There you go. Perfect. All right, so we'll go ahead and adhere this to our shaker, and I will just go ahead and put glue all the way along the outside like that. And then adhere this on, just kind of line it up. And then for my sentiment, what I decided to do was I die cut this Wonder that came with the this month's card kit. The theme for the card kit, again, is Winter Wonder, and I thought this Wonder die would look nice just across the bottom of the snow globe. So let me go ahead and line that up. I think that looks nice. I mean, it's a little more simple than some of my other ones. I do have these little bows, so I think I might add that as well, but I'll figure that out. Let me just see. We've got ribbon that we might want to use to kind of, I think, yeah, I think I will go ahead and just add a little tie, ribbon tie on there. I think that'll look nice. We'll kind of save that bow for another project. So we're not tying the card together. I'll just do it on the front part, and then just kind of tie this on. Let me see if it looks better. Yeah, let me just go ahead and get the knot, and then I will line it up properly, trim it. Okay, so yeah, I think it, I don't know, I think it looks good like that. So go ahead and trim the end pieces so they're even and not covering up my Wonder. All right, so there you have it, a relatively simple shaker card. And as I mentioned earlier, here are some other cards that I created using the snow globe. I've got this other one, kind of a similar concept with the Wonder, and using some of the die cuts that were included in this month's kit. And then on the inside, I've got wishing you a magical and Merry Christmas. All right, this is another one with some penguins and an older Mary die cut. And then I was sort of cleaning out some of my older ephemera, and I came across this gnome, so I had to use him. I thought he looked really cute with these trees that came out with the latest release. And then from September, we had our cute Santa Claus, so I had to use him on a card as well. And the Mary down here is part of the sentiment that came with the tree gatefold. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing my cards. If you have any questions, please leave a message down in the comments. Thanks so much.